Bello! Happy New Year's Eve from Erica and I. Tonight we're going to be having some friends come over for New Year's Eve. So we are going to be making a veggie tray, a fruit tray, and also puppy chow. Where you're at, it might be called Mud Buddies, or I know they're known by a couple of different terms, but where we grew up, we called it puppy chow. So we just wanted to bring you along while we prepared for our New Year's Eve party. We're starting off with making the fruit dip, which this is Erica's favorite. So it's going to be 8 ounces of cream cheese, and then we're going to do 8 ounces of jet puffed. This is a 13 ounce container, so I'll have to measure out 8 ounces, which is just going to be a cup of jet puff, and then 1 teaspoon of just vanilla extract. We just use imitation because it's cheap, and this is what we like to use. All right, to start making the kind of cream cheese fruit dip, we start off by taking the jet puff like I mentioned before, and we need 1 cup of it. So I'm just going to use my cup. Alright, got my cup. Put that in. This stuff gets super sticky, and it says that if you don't want it to stick, that you can kind of put hot water in it, but it's alright. I can lick it! Erica says she can lick it. And I also put a little extra just in case, because there will be some that kind of get stuck in the bottom of the cup. But she's going to be real excited because now she's got that much left of jet puff that she can make a peanut butter and jet puff sandwich. Alright, so now that we got that all in there, going to move on to our cream cheese. This cream cheese has been sitting out because it needs to be softened, so we got this out this morning when we first woke up, so that it's nice and soft. Glad I didn't miss the bowl. Slide that back over. I'm one of those people that has to wipe this clean because I don't want to leave anything to waste. Then last but not least, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And now we're going to mix it with a hand mixer. Well, we had a change of bowls because I was trying to be overzealous and only dirty 1 bowl. Well, as you see, it was too short, so it ultimately flung out all over the place, so I ended up switching over to this 8-cup Pyrex bowl to give me more space while I mixed it. So now I'm just going to put this back into this storage container, and then I just have 1 extra one to clean now.
And I get to lick the bowl.
And she gets the beaters.
Okay.
The best part. Next, we're moving on to the puppy chow, and we have our bag of rice Chex Mix. I'm just going to use this Pyrex container. I know this is used for liquids, but it'll be close enough to the 9 cups that we need. There's 4. There's 8. And there's 9. So now we have our 9 cups. I'm going to set this to the side and I'm going to go melt the chocolate and the peanut butter to pour over this. In this bowl I have a half a stick of butter or 1/4 cup. Then I have 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and a half a cup of peanut butter. And this is going to go into the microwave until melted and all blended together. The mixture has been microwaved for, I started with 45 seconds, then I did 30 seconds, and now it's like liquidy smooth. So now that it's liquidy smooth, I'll bring this big bowl of 9 cups of Chex cereal. I think I said Chex Mix previously, but I meant to say Chex cereal, and this is the rice Chex cereal. So now what I'm going to do is just pour this all over it, and it'll be time to mix, 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 mix. I'm sure Baby and Erica are waiting for this.
I am waiting. Doesn't look like I'll get to lick that spoon.
I gotta get every last drop though. There you go.
Yay. Mmm.
Oop. I think the theme of today is going to be I don't have a big enough bowl for mixing what I want to mix.
Mmm.
I think I'm going to go get another spoon to try to help me here. Alright, we're going to try this with 2 spatulas to see if I can mix this together better. Oh, I thought using 2 would be easier, but not so much. It takes some time. My first recommendation is get the biggest bowl you have. This is the biggest bowl we have. And just keep mixing it. As you can see, it'll come together. It just takes some time. Also, I think the other issue I had was that the spatula I was using was a little too stiff. So this one's a little more pliable, so I can get up underneath it and bring the cereal to the top. And just like I mentioned, you gotta just take your time with it. I love to cook. It's kind of something that keeps my mind off of things, and it just allows me to relax. So I enjoy cooking. And if you make a mistake, you either start over or you try to fix it and just problem solve as you go.
This is why Jack cooks and I don't, because this stresses me out, trying to keep it all in the bowl and keep it mixed. Same with like our pasta dishes. Oh, no thanks.
Off camera, Erica licked this whole thing, and we don't even have a dog. And it's gone.
It was good.
I don't even have to, I barely don't even have to wash that thing. Look at that. Licked it all. Just wait till she gets to this bad boy. We're in trouble. Now that we have it all mixed up, take some time, and once it kind of looks like this, you'll have enough. It might not look like it at first, but once you keep mixing it, there will be enough to spread all of the cereal. Next, we're going to put half of it in a 1 gallon Ziploc bag. It recommends to do 2-gallon Ziploc bags, but of course, we only have one left, and I don't feel like running to the grocery store, so we're gonna do this in half batches. So we'll do half the batch with the powdered sugar, mix it all up, and then we'll dump that into another bowl, and then we'll do it all over again. Okay, so we have the half mixture into the gallon bag, and now I'm adding half of the powdered sugar. It recommends to do 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, so I'm doing 3/4 cup right now powdered sugar since we're splitting this in half. And then also I forgot to mention in the last, we're not going to put it in a storage container because we don't want it to clump up. So it recommends that you store it on a baking sheet with wax paper to allow it to cool. So I'll mix this up, put it onto the wax paper, and then do another batch, and then put it in the fridge to allow it to cool. This is a great way to get your kids into the kitchen, I've been told. So our baby will be in the kitchen with me, mixing the bag up in 2024.
Maybe 2025. I'll be a little too little.
All right.
Go sit there and watch you.
Maybe once it's old enough to be in the kitchen in 2025. First round of mixing in the powdered sugar done. I'm gonna open it up. Make sure Erica's fingers don't come flying in here to get a taste. Dump it out. And then we move on to the next batch after I spread this out.
Hey, but your fingers are in there. I'm gonna stick one.
This is the reason why you want to spread it out, because if not, they'll get clumped up. That's 3 of them put together, and these are my favorite. Second bag is being made, and Eric and I were just saying that how this is about the only time that you want air in your Ziploc bag, because then it makes it easier to kind of fling it around and get all the powdered sugar mixed on the cereal.
Oh yeah. Now Jack's making room in our fridge so we can get them nice and cold, and then you can either just store them back in the bag you mixed them in, store them in a bowl, or if it's time for your party, but just put it in their serving dish. But we like them much better once they're nice and cold.
We're moving on to making the fruit for the fruit tray for Eric and I. Our fruit tray consists of strawberries and grapes. That's all we do for our fruit tray. We cut up our strawberries. All we did was just cut the tops off of them so then they can go ahead and dip those into the fruit dip. And then we are going to move on to the grapes. Moving on to the grapes, we just buy these green seedless grapes. The biggest thing for us is that we like to make sure that they're firm and they're crunchy. So those are the types of grapes that we like. We're not the biggest fan of purple grapes, so we always try to go for the green grapes. Grapes are cleaned, and then what we do is we usually just cut the stems, and then we usually put them in like bunches of 4, 2, and then I think there's some 3s in there as well, but it's just easier for our guests to pick up 4 of them, set them on their plate, and then be able to eat them as they wish instead of trying to just pick up a couple at a time. That's why you see these leftovers are over here, because they already fell off the stem. For our veggie tray, we use whole carrots, but we peel them and then we cut them down into sticks. We use celery, broccoli, and bell pepper. For this one, we just went with a green bell pepper. Here's a look at our veggie tray. This is really nice. This is made by Rubbermaid. I actually got this for Erica when she was doing Crafty on commercial film sets. So this is super nice. It actually comes with like a dip container that goes right in the middle that has a lid on it, but it's real nice because we can cut everything up, put the lid on it, and then just store it in the fridge.
The best part about making puppy chow and having it in the fridge like this is every time I went in the fridge today, I got to eat a piece. So we're just gonna get all of our stuff put together in bowls now. I'm gonna get this in a bowl, and then we'll start making our trays for our fruit and veggie dip.
I get everything ready so she can make it pretty. Isn't that right?
I wouldn't even say it's that pretty, but I'm putting it together. Nothing like a big pile of sour cream with ranch.
So we use the Hidden Valley Ranch dipping packet within the 16-ounce container of ranch. We forgot to hit the record button, so that's what we do to make our veggie dip.
Alright, so we got our fruit out, a little thing of nuts, hummus, and then we had this like buffalo garlic dip that's similar to hummus, but it's not. And then our veggie tray, and now we're just waiting. Oh, puppy chow. I have some mishmash plates. I got happy birthday plates and then these. And we're just waiting on our friends to get here.
Happy New Year! Well, that's going to do it for us for tonight. We wanted to wish you a Happy New Year and a great start to 2024. And thanks for hanging out with us as we got ready for our friends to come over and have an appetizer party. So with that, we'll see you around like a donut.